Hello YouTube! This is MrMFox'd reviewing 47 Ronin. Let me know what you think in the comments, and remember to like, favourite, subscribe, because it's going to motivate me lots. I'll start with the bad points, but to be honest with you, there's only one.
The only real thing that let the film down was the lack of character background for the supposedly main character. We got told very little about his past and shown even less, and while this can be effective for certain characters, it did not help since the plot required the Ronin to use his past. It left us wanting more information that we knew we would not get. Even just a few more flashbacks would have helped. I mean, we never even saw why he left. Another point linked to this was his so-called abilities, which he only ever used twice in the movie. While it was perfect for the beginning and middle, towards the final battle it just seems wasted. He only used one passive ability, which made the character feel incomplete and almost rushed. Oh, I actually forgot one tiny smidgy little thing. The ending after the ending, almost. The scene of all the Ronin riding horses with Kai's voice in the background seemed to drag out and took a lot of the emotion from the actual ending. I personally feel that it should have been cut completely and the voiceover moved a few seconds behind. Now, everything else I have to talk about is all positive. First off, all designs are incredible. The art, costumes, CGI, makeup and sets are all as accurate as can be, but still look majestic and almost fairy tale like. This really helps to move the audience, and it can be really believed that ancient Japan was home to magic. But there is more than just an innocent setting. There's also a darker, more sinister side to it, which is introduced perfectly and does not feel abrupt. With some amazing darkened lighting and pale makeup, the character's desperate struggle is really shown here, which in turn leads to the audience becoming personal with a particular character, depending on who they are. There is a particular well-designed character whose name I can't remember. Well, he's the Skeleton Man. His movement around the set is also incredible, but just his expressions and voice are enough on their own, so it really shows just how far this film is going to take itself. Next, I would like to talk about the main plot. It is a great story to be told, which is interesting from the very start. While there are many different side arcs, it does not feel overcrowded, starting out with an action-packed beginning with a little mystery, but quickly developing into a small romance with a theme of betrayal. Ultimately, it is a revenge-filled film in the name of honour.
They all interconnect in such a great way, you find yourself retracing the movie's twists and turns, which is not a bad thing. The writing complements this beautifully, with some brilliant speeches and one-liners. While there are not many comedic parts during this, it does not mean that the film is totally serious. There are some small parts which lift the mood a little. The characters are well written and the actors help bring them to life. As for the camera angles, well, I can't really say anything except it was used to its fullest potential. With some brilliant stills, panning shots, slow motion and 360 spins, you get dizzy just watching. It is handled best with Mizuki, a shape-shifting, fire-casting, bewitching witch. Especially during her transformations, it has the perfect balance between childish and mesmerising. It is nothing big and special, it's simply an obscured camera view, but is a treat for the eye, instead of all the usual explosive transformations with other films. As for other characters, the camera is used as best it can, with some great close-ups of small details such as eyes and hands. There is no doubt this carries almost all the emotion for the audience. Now, finally, the ending. I know I talked about it a bit earlier as a bad point, but this time I'll be discussing the previous part and all the bits leading up to it. Before the final battle even draws near, we are told that all the Ronin are likely to die. So this is an early time for us to learn that so many main characters are foreshadowed to die. But we just dismiss it as a trick, and they'll be spared. But this very thing happens. Even though we do not believe it to be true, at the time we are given the rest of the movie to come to terms with that subconsciously. It is a truly beautiful scene in which even the most grown men cry. Throughout the whole ritual, you find yourself begging Lord Kira to shout stop, but he never does. But this isn't bad. It's so rare now to find a movie where the main characters don't get to win or don't get a happy ending. It's really refreshing. And just a side note, the music throughout is especially touching and fits the mood perfectly towards the end.
So, overall, 47 Ronin is a fantastic movie with real emotion and some great action scenes. And that's why I'm giving this 10 out of 10 Ronin. This is MrMFox'd signing off. Remember to stay tuned for some more reviews. There will definitely be one at the end of January. So, adios!